Welcome to What's the Deal with Sam? Starring Sam Lilly. Join Sam as he discusses a wide variety of topics.
Bangman.
Now let's start the show.
Thank you. What's the deal with YouTube's updated terms of use, policy, whatever the fuck shit? It's like the old terms of whatever the fuck shit with the ground. So this is an update they did November 18th, and I just kind of found out about it like a day ago. I'm recording this on like the 21st. I guess it's technically the 22nd now. It's past midnight. But oh hey, no, it's not 11:53. 21st. And yes, I have my phone with me here to get some of this because I usually am like, what's the deal with this? I don't know. You guys look it up. But this I wanted to get down a little bit. There's already people talking about it who are more qualified to talk about it, who it's going to affect probably a lot more also. But I just wanted to bring this up a bit because this is a bit frustrating even to someone like me who is a nobody on YouTube, who can't monetize their channel at this point because basically what they need for you to monetize your channel, I can't realistically reach that currently and probably won't in near future either. So I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit. And just to see why this is kind of frustrating. So basically, here's the thing that's happening. So they've made this change. You changed the right to monetize section, and the part that's gonna, again, this might be something more interesting to people, because I don't think big YouTubers watch me. So for anyone else who's probably, of a relative size of a YouTuber, that kind of following like I am, or someone, maybe who's watching this and is like, I'd like to maybe do stuff with YouTube at some point, maybe I want to monetize it someday, maybe I'm trying to make content or whatever. This might be a little interesting to you. So, for channels not yet in the YouTube Partner Program, we added this new section to let you know that, starting today, we'll begin slowly rolling out ads on a limited number of videos from channels not in YPP. That's the YouTube Partner Program. This means, as a creator that's not in YPP, you may see ads on some of your videos. Since you're not currently in YPP, you won't receive a share of the revenue from these ads, though you'll still have the opportunity to apply for YPP as you normally would once you meet the eligibility requirements. You can always check your progress towards eligibility on the Monetization tab in YouTube Studio. And this is frustrating to me just because, okay, so I guess I don't really say it real specifically here, but what it sounds like, and what I'm sure it means, but maybe it doesn't, maybe they won't do that, they just don't say they won't, they don't say they will, and they won't say they won't, so basically it sounds like they want to go ahead and take maybe those one-off freak occurrences of people having videos starting to go viral, getting enough stuff on them, where, okay, well, this is something that a lot of people are watching, we can review it and be like, oh, it looks like it's user, it's like ad-friendly enough. And they're not putting out anything else that's going to get anywhere near this kind of stuff right now, maybe, or maybe they will. But even though they don't meet the requirements for them to be a YouTube partner, we're going to put ads on here, even if they've said not to put ads on here, which is the part I don't know about. If you have it set to not play ads on your stuff, which is how I have it set, well, will they still put ads on it? That's what I wonder. If they do that, which is what I'm assuming they're going to do that, and I realize that's not very fair to YouTube, but why else would they want to do this, right? Because otherwise, half of these they probably couldn't do it to anyways, right? So basically they want to be able to put ads on some of those videos, then they don't have to run the risk of, doing it on every video that might be a higher risk thing, and then going through the appeals process if it's not something they can, monetize, or somebody else tries to claim it, or other bullshit that goes on there, that kind of thing, right? It's less of a headache. So now basically not only have they taken away the ability for just anybody to try and become a partner now with all those eligibility requirements that cut a lot of people out of the loop before, some people who were a partner and were doing stuff consistently enough but weren't meeting those basic requirements, or cut out of that. Well, now those people might just have ads put back on their videos even though they don't want them and aren't going to get jack shit for it. They just want to be able to have other people make that content for them and take a cut of the ad revenue. And actually that way they don't have to even split it with you at all. They can just take, most of it, or whatever their split is, and give whatever to the advertisers for their shit. And that's it, and you're fucked. It's not bad. As if it isn't bad enough that you already have shit where, other people, claim it, and it's like, well, I guess they use their work, even though it's, fair use stuff. They kind of say you maybe shouldn't fight it a lot of the cases, because, I don't know, and, oh, shit, it's raining now. Whatever. So, it's fucking, great timing. Getting rained on. Just the stuff with, the copyright thing, and, you don't have to prove, you have to prove that they don't own that, or, you had the ability to use it rather than them, and they would get the money for it if you had a monetized channel, and if you don't have a monetized channel, they're just yeah, just leave it, because as long as your video's still up, what do you care? And the other people can monetize your video already. I have how many videos up from, Nintendo stuff where they're monetizing it, or, other copyright holders are hey, that was my song in there or something. I was I guess there was part of it in there, I guess. As long as that video is left up and it's fine, sure, you can make money off me, I guess. You can monetize it. Even though I've set all my stuff to not play ads because they've changed it and they want to monetize that one video. Well, now YouTube's basically going to do the same fucking thing, just instead of somebody else doing it, YouTube's just going to say, we want to put ads on it. Not because we really own that, or we have something in there that you've used that's ours. We just realized that money can be made on this, and since you're not going to do it, we might as well do it. And, oh, you mean you want to do it? You want to make money off it too? Okay, well, we'll be glad to give you some of that ad revenue money. Just as soon as you apply for the YouTube Partner Program, as soon as you're eligible to apply for the YouTube Partner Program, where we will consider allowing you to make money off of the content you made, and, giving you some of the money you've already earned that we're now going to be taking from you from putting ads on a video, even if you didn't want to have ads on those videos. So that's really fun. This is kind of frustrating to me as someone who is already, kind of being fucked out of that YouTube Partner Program thing a little bit, because let me just tell you, for someone like me, here's the, where am I? Where the fuck am I? The minimum requirements here, I've looked those up too, just to give you an idea then too, because if you're a smaller creator, you're going to be kind of screwed by this no matter what. Essentially, the main things are, you have to live in a country or region where YouTube Partner Program is available, yeah. Follow the monetization policies, yeah. The main things here. Have more than 4,000 valid public watch hours in the past 12 months. So 4,000 watch hours of your stuff and by valid, I'm assuming they mean they can see that it's not bots or something watching stuff for you, right? They can kind of verify that it's real people watching it in the past 12 months, so within a year. And have more than 1,000 subscribers. Now, you can see why that seems pretty daunting to someone who is a smaller creator like, say, me, who has been on YouTube for, over 10 years, and I have 400 subscribers. I don't know what my watch hours are over the past 12 months. I guess I can look that up in the studio to check on that. But what the fuck? So basically, if you don't meet these kind of high requirements, essentially at this point, I'd have to have everybody watch 400 hours? All of my subscribers to watch 400 hours of me a year in order for me to be eligible for this. And that doesn't seem very likely. Even if I had 1,000 subscribers, right, that's still everybody watching 4 hours of me in a year, which sounds more reasonable, but are all 1,000 of them going to watch that amount? Some might watch more. A lot of them are going to watch less or not at all. There's a lot of people who just go in and they subscribe and they do stuff to get seen, or they're bots or whatever the fuck, and you don't actually get anything from them. So there are people who have dead accounts that have been on forever, that kind of shit. And it just seems really, I don't know, frustrating and annoying. And it's one of those things where I guess, it doesn't really affect me too much as long as my stuff's still up there. I guess they can decide to put ads or whatever the fuck they want to because it's their fucking platform, and it's where am I going to go? There are other platforms out there, but until YouTube really gets overtaken or until it dies and people have to go to some other platform and make it the de facto platform for posting your video content, I, as a smaller creator, might as well just wait for that to happen, because then when that happens, I'll just wait to see whoever goes to, like, where everyone goes, and that becomes the platform, and I'll just be as fucking nobody on that platform posting my videos instead of YouTube, because YouTube died, right? That's pretty much what it is, because I could try to go on a bunch of different ones and, spend my time and have the hassle of, like, yeah, upload here and upload there, and, try to keep track of fucking all those and be a huge-ass fucking headache. But then once this thing happened, if YouTube goes under, right, then mostly people would jump to probably one of them predominantly. That would become the main one, and then it would focus there. And it wouldn't really matter that I was, there before that happened, because while I might have a little bit of searchability at first, what's probably going to happen once everybody goes there is that all the people that were big before on YouTube are just going to be big there because everybody else moved there to follow them, right? So I'll just be in the same boat again really quickly. I don't know what the point is. So all I can really add to this, I guess, is that feel free, perhaps even encouraged, to just use ad block when watching my videos. There are other people who are still making actual money on ad revenue. They usually have other stuff because ad block is a thing, and YouTube doesn't stop you from using ad block. Something that they can do, they just don't do. So, despite them having a way for you to pay to get rid of ads, and ads being the main things where they're making their money, the idea that they wouldn't set their site up and make it so ad block won't work, like you can't actually watch stuff if your ad block's turned on, which I know sites can do. Since they don't give a shit about that, why should you? But the people that can still make some money off that, I think you should still maybe not have the ad block on when you watch them, or donate to their Patreon or whatever the fuck they have for their other monetization shit. Things that I don't really have, which I guess I could do, but I don't think I have enough of a following for that to fucking matter. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But, yeah, just feel encouraged to use ad block, because I have it set to not play ads on my videos, so realistically you shouldn't be seeing any ads on my videos anyways, and, that money that will be, gained from it will just go to YouTube. Look, and no offense, I like that YouTube has given me the platform. I do. It's a really nice platform to have. I just don't know why then you wouldn't just say we don't have the option anymore. Don't give me the option to not play ads, and just make it so everyone has to play ads, I guess. If that's the way you're going to be about it anyway, that way we don't have this weird idea that you get the choice most of the time. Just like when they might decide your video is for kids when it's not, even though you decided it wasn't for kids originally. If they change it on you, it's like, well, why give me the choice if you're going to decide for me? Why don't you just manually decide all of them? I don't know. It's a mess, and it's annoying, and it's something that's not a huge deal for me, because again, I'm not a monetized channel, and I'm not someone who's probably ever going to be one. It's just frustrating, the idea that, like, hey, you know what, we're changing the requirements, so you're basically never going to fucking be a YouTube partner, and on top of this, now we're going to monetize some of the shit that we think is good enough that you've done, and not give you anything for it, because we give a shit about, YouTube cares about, primarily care about YouTube, and then advertisers, and then the people watching content, and, the actual users and whatever. And then at the very bottom rung, we have the content creators, because I think they have this idea that just, even if all these creators that are bringing people here just stop making stuff here, that other people would fill in the gaps, and they could still just play ads on those things. I don't know. But again, there's nowhere else to really go at this point yet. There's not really an incentive to go to other places just yet. So I don't know. It's just, we're here, and it could be a lot worse, for sure. I would rather YouTube just fix its shit, but the last time I did something I thought was kind of cool and exciting was probably the YouTube gaming thing, and that flopped, so I guess, why not just do stuff to just get more money for doing, nothing. For doing nothing different other than plugging in a new fucking algorithm bullshit into it. It doesn't really change anything that I'm doing. It just is kind of mildly frustrating, the idea of what they're doing. And, I don't even know what the hell that really means, this update, what it means for big creators who are partners, because they talked about something like changing the the monetization thing to like royalties and that affecting taxes or some shit. I don't even know what the fuck that's gonna do. That's gonna be fun to figure out for them, I guess. But this was just something I wanted to bring up because I'm a small YouTube creator, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who either are or are gonna be like. I assume people watching me probably are pretty small, or if they're considering starting one up, which would mean they would start small. And so just keep that in mind. Is that this is an annoying thing you'll have to deal with. This is YouTube's not your friend. They can be a very helpful tool, and they're a great platform, but the business of YouTube is not your friend. I'm just throwing that out there. So, hopefully this was not too shitty of a weird rant. I usually don't get super, I don't get real, but sometimes I do, and this was, shit, man, I don't know. What's the deal with that? It's like, I don't even know. I don't even fucking know. With the ground.